Hello, in this tutorial I will be teaching you how to install MongoDB for any projects you have. This is for the Socal Tech Academy channel. Be sure you check out their website, Facebook, Instagram, all their social medias. We offer adult vocational classes and software development for full stack, so you learn front end, back end, as well as iOS courses. So we have an iOS app development course for Swift. We have Cisco network engineering and some CompTIA and CompTIA Plus or CompTIA network plus stuff. So getting into the tutorial, the first thing you're going to want to do is install HomeBrew. So I already went to their website, which is down here. Even before that, let me let you guys know that I have a quick notes setup text file, and on the right I have my terminal open. So to get the terminal, go Launchpad, Other, Terminal, or you can click on your Finder, go to Applications, Utilities, and Terminal. So I have my terminal open and it's at the home directory. And coming back to what I was saying, you want to go to run this command. It's a long command, so I suggest going to their website, HomeBrew, and just copying and pasting it. It's pretty simple. HomeBrew is kind of like a package manager for Apple, and it's a really easy way to install Mongo and some other software development stuff. So if you run that, I already have it installed. Let's see if it's trying to install again. I should get an error sooner or later. So it looks like all it did was update it. Or delete the old one and install the new one. So now I have Brew and I have HomeBrew installed. So I can run Brew update to make sure it's completely up to date. And then go on to step number 2, which is actually installing MongoDB. So Brew install MongoDB. First I'm going to see if it kept everything I already have installed. And yeah, it did. So Brew install MongoDB. It's downloading and installing it, along with all the dependencies it needs. So MongoDB is a great database solution for simple projects, no matter the size. And what I mean by that is it's great for projects that have a simple database design or a design that's not set in stone, so it's very easy to change it as you go along. But to me, I don't like it for really complex projects where you have lots of relationships and different types of data you're saving. It just makes it really complicated to query. There's no joins or anything. But for any size, it works for any size project, so you could be expecting terabytes of data and MongoDB would be fine. It's just how that data is designed, or how that data is being saved, and how your database schema is going to look like. If it's really complicated, I suggest going with like an actual relational database like MySQL or Postgres or something like that. But for simple schema, no matter the amount of data, I think MongoDB is great. So I think one of the big things is big data. It's really easy to set up, and big data normally is not that complicated. It's just a lot of data. So MongoDB works great for that, and I might have another tutorial on that using MongoDB with Python or something else. Most likely Python, because it has lots of libraries for that. So it's installed now. So if I type in brew list, I'll go right here, brew list. You should be able to see it. Where is it? MongoDB right there. So I have MongoDB installed. I'll show you guys what happens now if you try to run it. Oh, Mongo is how you run it. So it tries to run right here. It's going through everything it needs to do, but then right here it says exception, data directory, data/db not found, and then it shuts itself down. So as of right now, it's missing the directory for where it wants to save data. And if you go to the tutorial page for MongoDB, I have it open already. You can see that you can do it manually, which is a long way, or HomeBrew. You have to create the data directory. So if we go back to our terminal, you can just go cd/ go to our root directory, then type sudo make directory p data/db to create the data/db folders. Enter your password. Type in ls. Now you have the data directory, the cd data, you see the db directory. Let's go back, cd //. Next, we have to fix the ownership and the permissions for that directory. And to prove that you need to do that, let me run mongod again. And now we get a different exception right here. And before, where it said non-existent path, now we're saying illegal operation attempted to create a locked file on a read-only directory. So the directory is read-only right now, at least for the Mongo user and group. So you could change that by running this command right here. So you can change the ownership so that the user can run it. Ran it. Now we can type in mongod again. And there we go. We should see. Let's see, where is it? There it is on localhost. Waiting for ports right there on 27017, the default MongoDB port. So now, if you had like a Python script or something, or a node server, you can connect to it, localhost 27017, and you'd be able to communicate with your Mongo database. If I create a new tab over here, I want to open up the shell. Here's the shell. So this is the Mongo shell, and it's so right here you're running your instance MongoDB, and over here we're running the shell, like how you kind of communicate with it. If you think about it in terms of like the terminal, this would be like the computer actually turning on an operating system running, and this would be like the actual terminal where you can communicate with it. So list command. No. Show. Yeah, so show databases. You have the admin, config, and local databases. And then you can create test. Let me double check my Mongo. Shell commands, quick reference, use. Let's see if that's the only one. Okay, let's see. Use in our database. Use test. So we're not showing it yet. It's probably because there's nothing in there. show collection. And there's no collections in our database. I'm not really used to using the shell. I only use like the drivers or plugins for like Mongo or for like Node or Python. But we successfully ran our instance of MongoDB. We installed it, we set up the permissions, and we ran it. To end it, I believe you just type in Control-C, and they shut down, and it'll shut down. So this is how to set up MongoDB on OSX. I'm on High Sierra. And it should be the same on Sierra as well as the one before that. I will be making another video on the same topic but for Windows 10 for any Windows users. So thank you, and hopefully you enjoyed.